Hello and welcome to Election Exchange. Less than 24 hours to go for the election verdict. Exit poll predictions are influencing the mood across party offices. The offices of the BJP are gearing up to celebrate after exit polls predict a thumping majority. Now, if the BJP-led NDA forms the next government, Prime Minister Modi will equal Jawaharlal Nehru's record of a hat-trick of Lok Sabha victories. Remember, Narendra Modi, as the Gujarat Chief Minister, had never lost a state election. At the Congress party offices, large LED screens are being erected to screen the election results. The party has rejected the exit polls. Speaking to the media today, Sonia Gandhi said she is hopeful that the results are the opposite of what the exit polls predict. Yes, we will be getting you all the analysis here on CNBC-TV18. Counting begins at 7 a.m. this morning, and the paper ballots will be counted first. And then you would have the EVM counting take place. And by about 10:30 to 11 a.m. in the morning, you will have early trends that would be substantially clear. This has been a long and fiercely fought election. The NDA is targeting 400 plus seats, and the India Alliance says they will win 295 plus. In 2019, BJP contested 436 seats and won 303. The Congress contested 421 and won 52. The DMK contested 24 and won 24. TMC contested 62 and won 22 seats. The YSR Congress contested 25 and won 22. Now, how the TMC and the DMK performed this time will be crucial for the India Alliance's fortunes. Now, when you talk about the vote share in 2019, the BJP had 38% vote share. The Congress had 20% vote share. The BJP secured 22.9 crore votes and the Congress 11.9 crore votes. Out of 421 seats contested, the Congress won 52 and its candidates in 148 seats lost their deposits. The BJP out of 436 seats won 303 and the party's candidates had their deposits forfeited on 51 seats. Now, in terms of alliances, the NDA secured 353, the UPA 91 and others 98. Now, here's how the big parties performed in 5 states with highest seats in 2019. In 2019, out of 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh, the NDA won 64, the BSP 10, the Samajwadi Party 5, the Congress 1. In Maharashtra, out of 48 seats, the NDA won 41, with the undivided Sena, UPA 5, the AIMIM 1 and other parties 1 seat. Now, coming to Bengal, which has 42 seats, TMC won 22, the BJP won 18, the Congress 2 seats. In Bihar, out of 40 seats, the NDA won 39. The UPA won only 1 seat. Finally, in Tamil Nadu, out of 39 seats, the UPA won 38 and the AIDMK won. No seats for the BJP there. Now, let's look at how exit poll predictions for the very same 5 states. In Uttar Pradesh, the NDA is expected to increase its seat share to 68 to 71 this year. India Alliance too could increase its numbers to 9 to 12. In Maharashtra, out of 42 seats, the NDA tally could come down to 32-35, and for the India bloc, the numbers could be between 15 to 18. For West Bengal, out of 42 seats, the BJP could win higher numbers in 2024 with 21 to 24 seats, 18 to 21 for the TMC, which is a fall, and the Congress is expected to win just 1 seat. In Bihar, out of 40, the NDA could win 31 to 34. The India bloc could win 6 to 9 seats. So, improvement for the India bloc, but the NDA will continue its momentum there in Bihar. For Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, the NDA is expected to win 1 to 3, which would be a performance, a significant number in itself because they've never won there. India Alliance 36 to 39, largely because of the DMK, and AIDMK 0 to 2 seats. On an all-India basis, the NDA could win 355 to 370 seats. The India Alliance 125 to 140 and other parties could win 42 to 52. This would roughly translate into a vote share of 47% for the NDA, 33% for the India Alliance and 20% for other parties. Now, those are the key findings of the News 18 exit poll survey. On the eve of counting day, the Election Commission held a press conference. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar hit back at critics, saying the poll body never meant missing and it communicated with voters right through the election with more than 100 press notes. Flanked by 2 election commissioners, the CEC also spoke about lessons learned from the 44-day long 7-phase election. One such lesson is to not hold future polls in hot weather. According to reports, the heat wave claimed the lives of over 200 people, including dozens who were on election duty.
On social media now you will see various memes with the taglines that perhaps Lapata gentlemen are back. So we were never out, we were always here. This was first time that we have issued close to 100 press notes which has never been done ever. Advisories and all put together is total 100. So we have been interacting from behind the scene. चुनाव हमें कम से कम 1 महीने पहले खत्म कर देना चाहिए, इतनी गर्मी में नहीं जाना चाहिए. This is one learning for us, which we want to keep for us. ये false narrative को लड़ने के लिए we should be far more prepared. भी एक learning का पार्ट है कि elections गर्मी से थोड़ा पहले होनी चाहिए और Friday और Monday को भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि बहुत लंबा ब्रेक मिलता है.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi held meetings to review ongoing heatwave situation across parts of the country. This came as part of a series of 7 meetings chaired by Prime Minister Modi on the 2nd of June. According to reports, Prime Minister Modi also held a brainstorming session to review the government's 100-day agenda if elected to power. The meetings were attended by the Cabinet Secretary, Home Secretary and other ministry officials. Further, the meetings came a day after Prime Minister Modi completed his 45-hour meditation in Kanyakumari. Time for a short break, but coming up, Supreme Court dismisses a petition from YSR Congress party challenging the relaxation of postal ballot norms in Andhra Pradesh. Apex Court refuses to interfere with the Election Commission's circular issued on the 30th of May. A special discussion when we are back. Welcome back. You're watching Election Exchange. Just hours to go before counting begins, and the BJP and opposition are facing off over the counting methodology and attempts to derail the election process. The ruling party has told the Election Commission that the BJP is worried about threats of violence from opposition. In a letter to ECI, the BJP said that civil society members on behalf of opposition want to undermine the electoral process. It added that the opposition may try to instigate unrest and create doubts in the minds of voters. Congress on Sunday alleged mass rigging at counting centres. Opposition leaders have approached the Election Commission to emphasise the importance of first counting the paper ballots and announcing their results before revealing the electronic voting machine's outcomes. Today, the Supreme Court rejected Jagan Reddy-led YSR Congress's plea challenging the Election Commission's circular on relaxing postal ballot norms in Andhra Pradesh. The YSR Congress had moved the Supreme Court after the Andhra High Court dismissed their plea. The Apex Court held that it sees no ground as to why they should interfere with the Election Commission circular. Arshpreet Kumar is here with the latest.
Well, even before the election results are announced, a bit of a setback coming in for Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP. This time, it's a legal setback coming in from the Apex Court. Now, here are the facts of the case. As per the conduct of election rules, postal ballots which are cast require to be attested, verified, as well as sealed. However, on May 30th, the Election Commission came out with a circular which provided for a relaxation, a dilution of these rules, saying that only a signature of an authorized officer should be sufficient. Now, this was contested by Jagan Mohan Reddy, first before the AP High Court, then here before the Apex Court. And the question that was raised is that, number one, why has this exception been carved out only for the state of Andhra Pradesh? This dilution, this circular is effective only in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The question that was raised is the very neighboring state of Telangana will not require these rules. Why this exception being carved out only for the state of Andhra Pradesh? The second question that was raised is that why has this been done by the Election Commission bang in the middle of the elections on May 30th? There is no justification of that. If there was a requirement felt by the Election Commission for dilution of these rules, it could have been done much earlier. And finally, the third question that was raised is that in a number of cases, the entire fate of elections of various candidates have been decided by way of these postal ballots. Now, these were the arguments extended. The Apex Court, however, did not find merit in them, saying that it sees no grounds for consideration, it sees no grounds for intervention, it sees no grounds for setting aside of this circular, and with that, the application by Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP being dismissed by the Apex Court.
We are now joined by Congress spokesperson Arshpreet Khadial and YSRCP MLA and senior leader Abbaya Chowdary, and we're waiting for a BJP spokesperson as well. Let me go across to Abbaya Chowdary first. Abbaya Chowdary, why is the YSR Congress raising these allegations on the eve of counting?
Hi, Parikshit. Thanks for giving the opportunity. First of all, we want to reiterate that the people of Andhra Pradesh are leading us to the power in the second term. And can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, just coming back to the point, we're emphasizing the need for uniform rules across the country and not having any partial towards the opposition parties. I think, we respect Election Commission and we have huge respect on the electoral process led by them. But this all pertains to the postal ballot votes, and explicitly the postal ballot votes are around 5 lakh votes were casted in Andhra Pradesh. And there was an exception given just in Andhra Pradesh, and none of the neighboring states nor across the country this exception was given by Election Commission. So our challenge always was why only in Andhra Pradesh? Because the people of Andhra Pradesh is clearly going to give us a mandate, and we are going to come back to power in the second term. But the elections has to be fair. It can't be discriminatory to a particular state. I think our main challenge was why this was only in our state. Because postal ballot has to be duly signed, has to be attested. But however, why an exception in this regard was called out by Election Commission only in the state of Andhra Pradesh on Form 13A. Because if a rule book comes for an Election Commission, it has to come across the country. But why it is only in the state of Andhra Pradesh, where it's a battleground state here, and we are coming back to power, and we are fighting with NDA on the other side, and that's the reason, as a right of a citizen and to protect the right of our citizens, we went to the Election Commission and we approached the court as well. But absolutely, we have huge respect on the Supreme Court order because they've asked us to go back on the election petition, go through the election, submit it as an election petition, and we will do so. But we are all ready, and even we don't feel it as a setback, but it is our right to go and question it.
Question that we would like to ask you, because the BJP has written to the Election Commission fearing that the opposition may try and derail the counting process and the results of the election. They may also try and instigate citizens, cause violence in the country in case the election result is not in your favor. What is the YSR Congress likely to do?
No, see, absolutely. As I said, we respect our Election Commission and we respect the electoral process, absolutely. And we are coming back to power in the second term, and we want a peaceful election in Andhra Pradesh, and because we're winning and we know we are far ahead of the game. But absolutely, as the right of the citizens, that's why we were challenging. And absolutely, we do have challenges here as well, where the Election Commission, certain times, rules being only coming to the state of Andhra Pradesh and not across the country. But absolutely, we are all prepared for tomorrow. We don't want violence. We want the democracy to win, and democracy will win in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Whatever happens, the people's judgment is there, and people are ready to put us back in the power in the second term.
All right. Now, in terms of the national level picture, all exit polls are suggesting a thumping majority for the NDA. The News 18 exit poll is suggesting somewhere around 370 seats. Some polls have also predicted 400 plus. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, the TDP, the Jana Sena and the BJP alliance are being given the bigger edge. How do you see these exit poll numbers?
Exit polls, majority of the exit polls in the state level has given us the edge. The exit polls some of the exit polls at the national level has given an edge to the NDA. But we are very, very confident, because last time we have 25 MP seats in the state of Andhra Pradesh and we won 22 out of them. And we are confident again of winning 20 plus. Absolutely, we have the confidence on the people. It is clear that the people have praised the revolutionary changes that we have brought in, and we have provided a good governance to the state. Absolutely, no matter what the exit polls at the center level are talking, all the exit polls at the state level has clearly given us an edge of 15 to 20 MP seats for us. So we are confident, and we are confident that the democracy will in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The good governance will continue and will prevail. And absolutely, not tomorrow, the day after, I'm happy to come back and show that we have won more than close to 20.
All right. Now, the BJP has also said that the opposition is questioning the methodology, the VVPATs again, because they are going to lose this election. Is this something that the YSR Congress is also doing? Do you agree with the Congress party and other players when they say that EVMs are rigged? Ajay Makar of the Congress party yesterday said that the counting process is rigged. Is this something that you would also be raising tomorrow?
I mean, as I said, we have respect on the election commission and we trust EVMs, but the elections has to be fair, and it has to be treated. Election commission has to treat every one of us equally. I mean, not to prevail with NDA or go with NDA's favor. So we are confident. I mean, we are not raising concerns on the EVM, but our concerns are on the on tomorrow when the counting was happening. Everybody is given the right opportunity to question, and everybody is given we want the democracy to win. Any person that voted, we want to make sure that vote is counted in a free and fair manner, and we hope it is going to happen
today,
tomorrow.
The BJP and the NDA are alleging that the opposition would try and derail the process. They will raise questions on EVMs. They will instigate voters, create unrest in the country if the election result is not in their favor. How do you respond, Arshpreet? And is the India Alliance and the Congress readying a strategy to go to the Supreme Court, approach the CEC in case the verdict is not in your favor?
First and foremost, the Bharatiya Janata Party's government is accustomed to undermining the Election Commission of India. We have seen that time and again. They have first violated the guidelines time and again when Mr. Modi made remarks which were divisive in nature allegedly. The intrusion remark against a particular community, the people that have more children, Mangal Sutra, etc. Despite that, no action was taken at all whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, there were two complaints filed which one had signatures of people around 17,000. The other one had signatures of around 2,200 people. Despite that, there's been no action. Second, our delegation had to meet with the Election Commission of India multiple times because we have been protesting for all the lapses that have been happening. You see, number one, we have all seen how certain allegations have been made against the BJP's government, and despite that, there has been no time given to us, to Mr. Jairam Ramesh, despite his asking, and we were ready to prove it. We were ready to substantiate it. And despite that, no extra time has been given to us. My question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is that why is the BJP, number one, afraid? Because you remember when the Honorable Supreme Court had said that the CJ is to be made a part of the selection committee of election commissioners, the Bharatiya Janata Party undermined the Honorable Supreme Court, undermined the Supreme Court's order, made a law and bypassed the Supreme Court's order, and did not let the CJ be a part of that selection committee. If the CJ would have been a part, then a member would have been of the government, a member would have been of the opposition, and they would have been the CJ himself. Equality would have been ensured, neutrality would have been ensured, and whatnot. Second, you remember that when the names of the election commissioners were given, first the shortlisting of the candidates is done by the Law Ministry. Second of all, when the names were to be given to the LOP, it were given just around 14 hours before. Is the vetting possible of so many names in a short span as less as 14 hours? And then third, 10 minutes before, 6 more names were given to us. And then the Bharatiya Janata Party's government time and again decides to violate the Election Commission of India's guidelines. And these calls that are being made to around 140, 150 deputy commissioners, DMs, when we have raised this issue, we have flagged this issue, why have we not been given time to substantiate it is the question. Because the principle of natural justice says that both the parties are to be heard. And if we are willing to, prove it, we have everything that we need to substantiate it, then why are we not being heard? That's the major question.
Okay, we've completely run out of time, but thank you for your reactions and responses, Arshpreet Khadial and Abbaya Chowdary. Let's wait and see what happens tomorrow. Counting begins at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the results would be clear by around noon or so. So join us on CNBC-TV18. Tune in for analysis from market experts, the biggest investors, and also from key ministers who tune in to speak to CNBC TV 18. Before we wrap, Battleground